Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Dominions 5. This is turn 1 in a game called Gars 2. I'm not sure why it's called Gars 2, I don't know what that means, but I do know that in the beginning there was chaos, and now the wheel has turned once again. As it so often does. So first of all, this map is pretty cool looking. It's called Ye Olde map. It's a custom map that is available on the Steam Workshop if you want to go check it out. It looks very nice, I've never played on it before. It's made by Sleeping Pills though, who made a bunch of pretty cool maps that look a bit like this. Hopefully it's fun to play on. We are Sceleria. My god is trendy Halloween themed bakery. It's an imprisoned semi-rainbow pretender. You can look at him in detail in the intro video, but if you don't want to watch the intro video, there's my bless. Poison resistance, pen, HP, inspirational, leadership, and undead leadership. We are Dominion 4. We're probably going to build lots of temples though. So turn 1, as always, very simple. We have an interesting start location that has placed us adjacent to a throne. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. We are also only 2 moves away from 2 farmlands, so these little city icons are farmlands on the map, it seems. So each of these is a farmland. This is a swamp. We've got some mountains here, some forests. Some of these icons are caves, although this one is not. I'm not too sure. Another interesting feature of this map is all of the dotted lines are roads. You can see that the movement in this province has a green line between these 2 provinces. Very, very rarely do you see roads in Dominions because they are only used on custom maps. And I'm not sure if our map generators generate roads. So most map generating uses either Carto or MapNuke. Do those generate roads? I can't remember. I think I might have seen a few roads on MapNuke maps. I'm not sure about Carto. But this map has a ton of roads, so that's pretty interesting. There are roads like basically all over the country, or continent, or whatever, however you'd call it. Which is pretty cool. Okay, so to start with, the province I can see already with my Dominion is Dathan, 61 income, that's okay. I'm going to send my scout in this direction, we'll see what this plains look like. It would be very, very nice to be able to take a plains first, and then hopefully be able to recruit independent priests. Because my bless has leadership and undead leadership, because I just want to be able to recruit indie priests every turn, just to lead all the junk around that I'm going to be recruiting and reanimating. So getting plains that are... I mean, this is also a plains as well. Getting plains next to us that have a priest in them would be really useful. So we'll try and scout out those things. And we would also like to prioritize getting the farmlands if we can. That's all good stuff. Recruitment-wise, I'm just going to get 2 of my H1 priests on turn 1. I'm just going to have them start reanimating immediately. One of them will probably move out with my starting army though, to put up a temple, if we can attack a plains on turn 2. So we'll get 2 of those guys. They're just H1 priests, they do have my bless, so they're good leaders as well. And they can reanimate skeletons for us, which they'll be doing a lot of. Recruitment-wise, since our starting army is pretty good, these guys have decent stats. They all have javelins. Every single army unit here has javelins. I'm just recruiting the best unit I can that also has a javelin to kind of fit in with the way that they'll behave most neatly. That's the Princip guys. I could then slam in, I don't know, a Shadow Vestal with the resources I've got, or a couple of Slingers. I'm going to just keep the additional gold though, and bid on the mercenaries, because the Black Fists are available to hire. So they only want 150. Just going to dump everything we've got on them. Usually if people are bidding on turn 1, they're dumping all their gold, so you kind of have to be competitive if you want turn 1 mercenaries. So we'll give it a shot, it would be nice to have them. And that is basically it for turn 1. Only other duty is to set up my profit. So we are trendy Halloween themed bakery. Let's go with cool skull cake. I think that's fine. Actually, it fits more with the god if it's skull shaped cake, since we have Halloween themed in the middle. So he can become my profit, and that is it for turn 1, I believe. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on turn 2. Hello, welcome back. Turn 2 is usually just spent reading Proclamations, so let's read some Proclamations. There's me. I changed my name. I went with skull-shaped bagel instead of skull-shaped cake, because it sounded funnier to me. What epithets did I get? Gardener of Happiness, the Unsleeping God. Not very funny epithets. We have Man, Imeric. Come on, this is a bad start. You really gonna have an unnamed commander? Prophet of Sorry I'm Light, God of Stellar Lights, Lord of the Winds. Magnon, Chief Sadist Rampant, Friar, is the prophet of Great Justice Torturer, the Most High, Mistress of Penitential Torture. Amazing epithet. She Who Melts the Clouds, Lady of Courage. Agartha, we have Some Are Bright Orange, is the prophet of Spooky Halloween themed condoms. God Who Knows All Things, Lord of the Elements, King of the Forest. Halem, we have Claiming Thrones Prematurely, is the prophet of a new sexual archetype, Speed. Guardian of the Tablets of Destiny, the Morningstar, Lady of Suicides, the Persuasive One. Katiz, we have Russian Beauties, is the prophet of Spam Filter. Prince of Dirt, King of Eloquence. Pangaea, we have The Shining, is the prophet of Ernest Cline's Dune. Okay. Carpenter of the Insides, Lady of the Mountains, Patron of Smiths. Vanarus, we have Duncan, Idaho, prophet of Leto 2. Is that also a Dune thing? Shiniyama, we have Napoleon Bonaparte, prophet of Tiny Angry Men. God of Forbidden Love, the Howler, Bringer of Discord. Fiesha, we have Grossmanite, prophet of 10 sluttiest Inopyroxenes. What? Guardian of Existence, the Remote and Inaccessible Princess, the Invincible and Ever Triumphant. Cassia. So this game features one mod nation, Cassia. Since Cassia has been determined to be well balanced with the existing nations. Cassia is something to do with bees, I think. Sleep Buzzing, the Envoy, is the prophet of Bee Dreams Are Made of These. Enemy of Darkness, the Old One, the Divine Shepherd. And we recruited the Blackfists. Not too impressed with any of the epithets, except maybe the Torture one for the Torture God. But there we are. So here's turn 2. We can see quite a lot of stuff now. First up, the throne looks pretty puny. We might be able to take this quite early. 40 units, heavy infantry, militias, light infantries. Pretty easy one to roll through, I think. On the other hand, Dathan, 60 barbarians. Probably don't want to do that early. It's going to just make me lose too many units. So we'll pass that one. Other provinces, we've got 2 plains, don't look too bad. I'm going to attack both of those this turn. Swamp has Jaguar Tribe. Mountains over here has Death Scales, interestingly. Might be some sort of death site here. And 50 Horse Tribe Cavalries. Probably don't want to do that one just yet either. Yeah, so first up, we managed to recruit the mercenaries. So let's look at this guy. Not in the Hall of Fame yet. Almost. So he's got a crossbow. I should probably put him on fire, actually. Why not? If you can hit something that's in range, go for it. But I don't want you to walk forwards too much. It's got a bunch of macemen. These aren't amazing units, but you'll be able to take small provinces okay. Just got them on a big long line of sparse. Big long line of sparse, a big sparse line. And they can walk forwards, and hopefully they can get through a small amount of heavy infantry and militias. That would be really nice if they could. Next up, my starting army is going to go into Droigar. Let's give him the units we just recruited. Nothing too fancy here either. These guys have slightly better gear compared to these guys. These guys only have 7 protection. These guys have 14 protection. And they're also a lot slower as well. They've got 6 combat speed at the moment. So they're pushed way to the front. The guys who just recruited, unfortunately... Oh no, they also have the same combat speed. I thought they were speed 8. Okay. Well, that works out great. These guys are pushed way far forwards with combat speed 6. We want them in the front. These guys a little bit faster, a little bit less protection, so they're way back. But they should all close and all throw their javelins, and that should be fine. Everyone's on sparse line formation. The Velite guys really like being in sparse line formation. They have the Skirmisher ability. They have +2 morale instead of +1. And my Prophet is going to do a blessing on himself, because why not? And then cast Apostasy. So we get a bunch of interesting holy spells that we can do. Some of these are redundant, I think. I'm not sure why we get them. So for instance, we can do Unholy Blessing, which is just blessing for all of our undead units. But we can also just do a regular blessing, so I don't know why we'd ever I'm not sure why we would ever need to use that. So there's some redundancy in here. There's also some cool stuff like buffs that are specifically for undead. So Unholy Power gives you, I think it's, what, swiftness? Quickness? Not sure. But some cool stuff there for skeletons. And yeah, we also get this really interesting spell, Apostasy, which is just Charm. So our Penetration Bless helps with that, I suppose. Only works on gods and sacred units, so in this province there might be a priest, and we could turn him into, I guess, an apostate priest. Is that... what is this doing exactly? The apostate will join forces with the caster, yeah. So maybe that'll happen, I don't know. Depends if there's a priest here. But if there's no holy units, he'll just go off script and do something else, probably smite, I would assume. And that's fine. That's it for turn 2. I'm going to continue sending my scout this way. It's interesting that this province has cold scales already in spring. I'm not sure what that signifies. Could there be a player, like right here, who has cold scales, or is it more likely to be a site? I'm not sure. Let's put a scout there and see if we can see anything. And that just leaves recruitment for this turn. So getting the same units, we're locked on resources at the moment. Taking 2 planes won't help much. Oh, this is actually mountains, I didn't realise. That's fine then. We can take a plains and take a mountains, that gives us a nice bit of income and resources in our cap. Yeah, but I'm getting 4 more Princeps, 2 more H1 Priests. Actually, slight change to recruitment. Screw the H1 Priest, I'm going to get an H2 Priest instead. These guys have Death Magic. I realised we actually started with a bunch of enchantment research, 2 levels of it, wow. I'm going to start doing reanimation every turn, since we get a bunch of death gems per turn naturally. I think we have, yeah, +4. So I'll get a death match out quick, start doing skeletons. Sounds good to me. One of the H1 priests we recruited last turn is going to reanimate warriors, so we have a choice of ghouls out of population, soulless out of corpses, and warriors out of thinner. So let's do that one. And the other priest we recruited is going to move out with my starting army. Just in case we can recruit indie priests here, we can put down a temple immediately and start recruiting those guys. And that's it for turn 2. No mercs available yet. I think that's next turn you get more mercs, I'm not sure. But that's how things look right now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. 2 battles, and a new famous hero. First up, the mercenaries. Pretty puny province. Just turbo through the mace man, punching people to death. Great stuff. Love to see it. There we go. Mercenaries doing work already. There's Black Alps. Very small province. And next up, Droigar. My profit-led starting army into another pretty small province. These guys shouldn't have too many problems. It's going to be pretty difficult for most independents to deal damage to us unless they're elite independents, I think. So there we go, there's Droigar. No losses, pretty good. And yeah, our mercenary commander got into the Hall of Fame. He earned lightning reflexes. Increased defense skill. Good for him. Right. So, remember those cold scales I could see in Grillian? Looks like I found the source of those cold scales. This is Calum. We are touching their cap circle with our cap circle. Which is, you know, that's not... it's not what you really expect going into a game. You don't usually expect to be that close to somebody's cap. I've sent them a message and said hello. Kind of feels like we're probably going to have some sort of conflict with them at some point. Especially since there is a throne right here between us as well. Pretty awkward. For now, though, I think it's probably best if we try to stay peaceful, though. People expect us to war, which I know might be useful. It might be useful if we just we agree to just be peaceful for a while. Since this would neatly cover, he'd cover my back and I'd cover his. Kind of treat this like a map edge. I don't know, it's a bit awkward being this close to somebody, though, for sure. We definitely need to take as much of this territory on the border as possible before he gets to it. But we don't want to take too much, because we don't want to cut off his routes to fight people that aren't us. So, yeah, interesting little start. What else can we see? Big province here is also between us. This is the farmland. This is in his cap circle, so I can't really contest this. Pretty tough province to deal with anyway. Might be a while before our provinces are actually touching because of this province. Up here we have Beeline, we can now see on the map. Looks pretty puny. Militias and slingers. In my experience, those slingers means elephants. I don't think I've ever seen a province that's slingers on the report but doesn't have elephants in the province. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But my assumption always is if you see slingers, it means elephants. So I was wondering, should we attack this or not? Because I'm not sure how we stack up against elephants. If it's literally just militias and slingers, we'll walk over this province with no losses, I think. But if there's an elephant in there, I don't know. I'm not sure how this army stacks up against elephants. I was thinking maybe if we just put everyone on fire largest. What is the key for largest? Does it not have a key? It's M, maybe, for monsters. Let's see. M, yeah. So I was thinking maybe if we just put everyone on fire largest, maybe that would be fine, because then we'd focus fire the elephants at least. I'm not sure. But for now, I'm just going to skip the province. Maybe next turn maybe the scouting report will change. Maybe we'll see an elephant here, maybe we won't, I don't know. But it's currently early summer, there's heat 1 in this province, there's heat 1 in this province. It feels like this mountain pass should stay open. So I'm going to attack work Enum instead, which is a bit simpler. Archers, militias, heavy infantries. And if this province still looks small, I guess we'll just try attacking it through the mountain pass anyway. Since we managed to secure the mercenaries, we're already doing like double the expansion I expected to have, so maybe it's fine to just take a risk trying to take this. Because it is a farmland, it'll probably be quite nice. Yeah, but for now I'm just going to attack work Enum. Droiga that we just took does allow us to recruit independent priests, so I'm building a temple here. Used all my gold to do this. Well, we still got a little bit of recruitment, but yeah. We'll get a temple down, we'll just immediately start recruiting priests. These guys are going to have 80 undead leadership and 40 regular leadership, plus inspirational 1, so they'll be able to lead around pretty much everything. And that should be fine. Mercenaries took Black Alps. This province also lets us recruit priests. No scouts yet, though. They have another pretty easy-looking province on their route, so we'll head into that one next as well. Militia's heavy infantry is 20 units. Let's grab that one too. So we might have 5 provinces next time, which would be pretty good, considering we don't have a god. And there are some more like easy-looking provinces near us as well. Jaguar tribe shouldn't be too bad. This is 10 units. I'm not expecting much from these provinces though, because they're all like mountains and swamps and things. Tech Regis is a plains though, so hopefully that's good. And then there's another farmland here in 199. So maybe there'll be some nice provinces too. I guess we'll see. But that's how things look at the moment. Back in my cap, got the H1 reanimating, got the caster doing a different type of reanimating with the spell. Got 3 skeletons and 4 units in the garrison at the moment. In the little bit of testing that I did, the H1s when they did reanimation usually get 4 skeletons a turn. Very occasionally they'll just do 3. But more often than not it's 4. But the H2s, when I had those guys doing the reanimation, they usually only reanimated 6. So in my very, very small amount of very limited experience, it was better to just have a bunch of H1s reanimating if you just wanted skeletons early. So recruitment is back to H1s. I'm going to get quite a few H1 priests out over the next couple of turns. They're all just going to sit in my cap reanimating. And then eventually I'll switch it up a bit. At some point I'll try and get out a Grand Thaumaturge just to walk around site searching as well. But yeah, expect to see nothing but H1 priests for like the next 6 turns. And unit-wise, I'm just getting a few more Princeps. I might change it up a bit next turn. We used 400 gold building a temple this turn though, so yeah. That's basically it for this turn. There are mercenaries, it's the Snake Charmer though. I think this is 50 militia, right? Not the most amazing mercenary company ever, but I might bid on it next turn if no one else does. One cool bit of news though from the Discord. So on turn 1, there is a Pan player in this game. Pan's starting scout is a Harpy. Fly pretty far. And Pan on turn 1 decided to fly his scout to just a random province, just, you know, picked at random. And as luck would have it, the province that he flew to was the province that Marinon was blind expanding into on turn 1 with his virtue. So here is the battle report that was spied on turn 2. Pretty funny result. Managed to fly the virtue blind into one of the rarest independent pop types in the game, the Stone Being Independence. So good start for him. So if we see Magnon, he doesn't have a god currently due to an accident. It's pretty cool. Other than that, that is it for this turn and the end of the video. So thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. If you are enjoying it, you know, like the video and subscribe to the channel and all that stuff. And if you really love this series, there's a Patreon linked in the description as well. Other than that, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.